Yo, what's up, guys? We are back for this Wednesday slate. Have a good slate of games tonight. Didn't have a video out for yesterday's picks, but tweeted out on Twitter all my tips for the slate. I always do that when I don't post a video. Tweeted out that I was going to be full stacking up this OKC game, just too fast. Both teams are playing the fastest paces in the league over the past 30 days or something like that. Knew that was going to be a track meet. It was absolutely a track meet. Hawks put up 142 in regulation. Had 7 players from that game. I'm going to hit easily over 300 with Bobby Portis still playing, but wish I had the right combination of players. As the winner did the same thing I did with 7 players from that game, but he had Schroeder, Trae Young, and Jeremy Grant. So instead of having 5 Hawks like I did, so wish I had the right combination. But that's what you get for playing just one lineup. It's so difficult to find the perfect combination, but we're super close tonight. It's getting really close, so let's try to hit one big tonight. If you want to join us for the slate, you know where to go. Links in the description. Let's get on with it. Big question you're going to have to ask yourself is James Harden. He's at 13,000 now. Price tag went up with Clint Capella. News broke that he's going to be out for a while. He played without Capella last game, and he put up another great performance with 78 DraftKings points. That was a back-to-back with travel after he played 43 minutes against Orlando. That is super impressive. Probably about 90% of the players in this league would not be able to have, back-to-back performances like that with travel. And James Harden just balled out again with 57 points this time. Only had 2 assists. That's a little bit of a concern without Capella. He was getting so many easy assists. His assist numbers might go down big time because they don't have anybody else to catch lobs at the rim like Capella would, and that would be like 4 or 5 easy assists for Harden a night. So we'll see if that was just a fluke or if he was just tired and just didn't want to pass the ball that much, or if his teammates just weren't hitting their shots. Didn't watch that game, so I'm not really sure about that, but I still think he's in a perfect spot here against the Nets. Without all those guys, he has such a high usage rate. But Eric Gordon, if he comes back, that would make me think about Harden. So right now, Eric Gordon is questionable. If he's out, I'll be locking in Harden. If he's in, I'll definitely consider it depending on the other news that we have on the slate. But I still think Harden's a great play. So I'll go ahead and plug him in at shooting guard. But at point guard, I like DJ Augustine. He's only 4,500. So reason I like DJ Augustine is he has that GPP winning upside. And that's what I like. That's what I'm looking for now in this point of the NBA season, looking for guys that can win me a lot of money. And Augustine has had multiple games this year where he's hit 10x value or more. He dropped 46 against Detroit on the 30th, and then dropped 45 against the Suns 2 days before that, 2 games before that, and then he had another big game earlier this year. So he's had multiple games, a couple recently, where he's won you a lot of money if you played him. He's crushed it against his Pistons team twice, so he had that 45-point outing on the 10th, and then that means that if he's he had 46 on the 10th, and he's averaging 39. So that would mean the other game he would have had 32 DraftKings points. So definitely still respectable at only 4,500. I like the upside that he has. The Magic have been playing well. I think it's a good spot for DJ Augustine. And similar to looking at other guys in his price range, like Sexton, who's always getting you 20 DraftKings points, 20 to 30. Never really gets more than that. Brunson is so up and down. Bryn Forbes, most of the time, is just going to get you 20. I think Augustine is the best play of that bunch and has the most upside. So, going to lock in Augustine at point guard. We got Harden at shooting guard. Another guy that I like a lot is another Magic here. I think Terrence Ross is a great play. He's only 4,800. He's been playing. He comes off the bench, but he plays a good amount of minutes here. He basically plays starter minutes, especially recently and in close games. 29, 31, 29 his last 3 games. Has 30-point upside at a good price here at only 4,800. It's been rising a bit, but he's still definitely cheap compared to what he's been producing. He takes a lot of shots here. That's good for a DFS guy that takes a bunch of shots. And he's a pretty good shooter, shooting over 42% on the road from 3. He is their source of instant offense, and the Magic team can struggle to score at times. So they look to Terrence Ross. He's been pretty consistent getting you in the 20s and 30s as of late. So I don't think he's going to kill you in this spot, and he definitely has some upside. So I think Terrence Ross at 4,800 is worth a flyer as a value play today. I like Looney at power forward. So if we're gonna be playing Harden, gonna need some value here. I like Looney at only 4,100. Since he's been starting, he's been so consistent. He's coming off a monster game against the Nuggets here, but it's another great spot against the Pelicans where he's going to be needed to play a lot of minutes. As the Pelicans have three big guys, two guys that they have basically have AD and Randall play together, and then AD and Mirotic. So they have two big guys on the court every time, every minute of the game. So Looney should play 30 plus minutes in this one. He's only 4,100. Been getting a lot of 6x value recently. Has a bunch of rebounding upside in this spot. I think it's a good spot for him, so definitely like Looney at only 4,100. All right, now let's go on to the Golden State game. I think it's going to be a great game for fantasy, obviously. I'm going to start it off with a couple guys on the Warriors that are underpriced. I think Draymond Green is in a great spot here at just 6,400. He's been up and down this year, but he still has that triple-double upside. He hasn't had one, I don't think, this year, but this is a spot where he definitely can get one. It's a very fast-paced game. He can excel in this spot. Has a bunch of upside in the steal block department. Definitely has over 40-point upside easily. Earlier this year, he put up 49 against this Pelicans team. Still only at a 6,400 price tag. His price has come down recently, like 72, 7,000, 67. Now he has the best spot that he's had in a game that should be competitive. Should see 32, 34 minutes. Draymond Green at 6,400 is definitely on my radar. And then I like Klay Thompson. So I definitely like this build with Harden. He can still fit in guys from the Warriors side. And Thompson at just 6,500 is another guy that's price tag is really cheap in a spot where his price tag should be at its highest. Coming down from 68 to 72. Now it's down to 65. So we're getting a $700 decrease in a tremendous spot here against the Pelicans. Thompson has been averaging a career high this year, and lately he's been on fire. He's averaging 39 DraftKings points in his past 10 days. He definitely, if he does that again, that's 6x value right there. So I'd like this spot for Thompson. He can explode and has a pretty high floor in this spot. So those are the 6 players that I like. Still have 5,300 left with this build. Thanks for watching, and good luck today.